night is you're on your own.
The kids, we just eat a cold bowl of cereal before bed, and we would just call it a night after that.
I'm really good at getting pregnant and having kids. I just don't know how to raise them.
Well, first off, I can't tell you how glad I am that you're here. How does it make you feel when your mother says, I don't want to be a mother. I don't want kids, didn't want to have kids. Sorry, I have kids. They don't want to be a mother.
It's upsetting.
So Dr. Phil deals with a lot of issues that I feel like are very close to the type of things that we talked about on his channel before we got banned from Jazz. And so we're going to really cover a lot more of Dr. Phil episodes and to talk about these kind of borderline personality disorder issues, these mental health issues and things like that, because he deals with things in a way that I like, kind of very, pragmatic, practical. And I think this is good, So right now, he's talking to these children who their mother has decided that she doesn't want to be a mom anymore. What is happening in the world? Being a mother has been so minimized these days, where it's looked at as almost a burden instead of a gift, that this is how these kind of feelings, I guess, are able to come about without any kind of shame.
Upsetting to hear her say stuff like that.
Personally, I feel disrespected and sad and really upset about this whole situation.
Yeah. You've kind of become the dropping off place for blame. I mean, everything kind of lays at your foot. You're the one that has to do everything. You're the one that gets blamed for everything. You say that she calls you a blanking idiot and a stupid blanking retard. And I apologize for even using the R word. That's offensive to my sensibilities. But she calls you these names. What do you say to yourself when she says that?
Honestly, I don't even know myself. I just kind of try and ignore it.
So you're the mother
Yeah.
in this deal?
Yes.
And you're 15?
Yes.
So what do you do for fun?
I just watch the kids. I don't really do anything for fun. Until she can get fixed, I have to take care of it and step in her shoes.
Yeah.
So this lady is very blessed to have 2 children, at least. I think she has 5 altogether, but 2 that have really stepped up to the plate and are actually helping to take care of their younger brothers and sisters. And it's a shame. Again, this behavior, you didn't think about it before you kept getting pregnant. I mean, this is just ridiculous. But at the same time, for her to have this daughter who's just picking up as the mom at 15, you set somebody up now for where they could become the same thing that you are, And
it isn't just what she doesn't do. There are things that she does do, like the things she says to you. Jenny says that her children trigger her rages. She says they're triggers, and she's terrified of snapping one day. She's afraid of what she's going to do. Take a look.
I don't like getting angry, but I'm angry all the time.
3 times a week, I have a blackout rage.
The blackout rage for my mom is where she gets angry, her face turns red, she can push, shove, hit the doors, scream, threat, and then not remember it.
I become very verbally abusive. I have told Ryan, I think more than once, that I wished he was never born.
When my mom gets angry, she likes to chase me down the hall and scream and bang on my door.
Ryan and I got...
I mean, it is absolutely like a miracle that this kid is not like 500 pounds, you know what I mean? Like just all messed up, all the hygiene terrible. I wonder how he's able to take care of himself. And when I say that, I mean like your mother's telling you that she wish she never had you. Your mother's telling you all of these horrible things. And he's still there, actually caring about how he looks and actually taking care of himself. That's huge. This lady, there's not everything is a diagnosis too, by the way, but they would find a diagnosis for her. Definitely they would find a diagnosis for her. I know how this goes. They would call it like an adjustment mood disorder. No, this is just, you're being selfish.
Down the hall and scream and bang on my door.
Ryan and I got into a really big altercation in February when I asked him to order food for the kids and take the trash out. And I threatened to kill him. It was like a volcano erupting, like word vomit coming out, and just finally releasing that anger into pure rage and hatred.
I hate you. Hate you.
Last December, my mom called me on the phone while I was with my aunts and told me.
If you guys like these clips, though, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe and hit the notification bell, guys. Thank you for every eye that lands on these videos. Thank you for watching. Thank you for everything.
That I have made her want to kill herself many times. She never explained to me what was wrong or what I did. She just was blowing up.
Once I calm down a little, the kids will say, well, why did you act like this? And I'm like, what are you talking about? I didn't say that.
I believe that she knows what she did, and she just doesn't want to take accountability. My mom needs to grow up.
I mean, this is kind of crazy when the kid is saying exactly what I was about to say. I mean, he's absolutely right. I was literally about to say that. I think she knows what she's doing. She's just acting like she doesn't. Like afterwards, oh, I said that? Oh, I didn't remember I said that. You did. You know you did.
Become a mom until 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. They were raised by my mother.
Mm-hmm. And the disrespectful teenagers are these two.
Yes, sir.
How?
Become a mom.
And you own the fact that for whatever reason, you don't want to be a mother.
I didn't want to be a mother at 17. It's very difficult for me to be a mother to two very disrespectful teenagers, especially because I didn't become a mom until 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. They were raised by my mother.
Mm-hmm. And the disrespectful teenagers are these two?
Yes, sir.
How is Maddie in particular disrespectful?
So wait, so you heard that. So now it makes sense because I'm like, I don't understand. But you didn't want to become a mom. So your children were raised by your mom. So what, you kept getting pregnant and dropping the kids off at the mother's house? And I'm assuming that the mom is now gone, dead, or maybe too sick to take care of these kids. And you just kept having them and then dropping them off at her house? You know, so this is okay. So let me put my thinking cap on. This is a woman who clearly has been, coddled all her life. She's been pandered to all her life. Nobody's ever told her no. Nobody's ever told her she's doing it wrong or she needs to do it this way or that way. This is somebody who got away with a lot to the point where she was able to have children and drop them off. I mean, that's what this is. And they created a person with a severe case of borderline personality disorder, allegedly, in my opinion, that she can't even take care of her own kids. She doesn't even know them. She wants to fight them.
Become a mom. I don't know how to undo the damage I've done.
These are a few of the statements I wrote down that you said about parenting. I wish I didn't have children. You are horrible children. Mm-hmm. I know how to get pregnant and give birth, but I don't know how to raise a child. Now, according to Maddie, you have said, Madeline, you're the reason I tried to kill myself many times. I'm going to drive my car off a cliff and you will never see me again. She said she blanking hates us all. And I said, fine, then give us to our fathers. And she says, you said, they don't even want you blanking blanks. Nobody does. Now, according to Ryan, he says, you say to him, you're a blanking idiot, stupid. I want to blanking kill you. You remind me of his father.
Yes.
All pretty accurate, right?
All correct. Yes.
What is your intended impact when you tell Maddie, I'm going to kill myself and you're the reason why?
I drive for a living to make ends meet for my kids. Whenever I leave, I ask Madeline to please babysit the children. And her response is, well, who are you going to be sleeping with tonight? And that's the response that I get from her, my teenage daughter, who shouldn't be calling her mother anything like that. Mm-hmm. And so then I say, you know what? Maybe I would be better off if I just drove my car off a cliff. You know, I've done so much damage to you too that you can't let go of. I'm still the bad guy. What you guys don't realize is I've raised you for 2 years and that's it. Before your 18th birthday, Ryan, I kicked you out of the house because you and I got into a physical altercation.
You punched him in the face, right?
That, and then we ended up on the floor choking each other out.
That's false.
I would not be here on the Dr. Phil show on national TV admitting that I punched my child in the face. If
You're admitting a bunch of other stuff for attention. So, like, that's not some big thing to stand on, like some big thing. It's not like some big position, with full integrity. Like, oh, I'm way too genuine to make that lie up. Like, no, you're not. You are attention seeking to the extreme. And yeah, okay, your daughter said, listen, let me tell you something about kids. And I know, yes, I don't have any for, somebody who will say something later, but I didn't crawl out of a rock and I've been around children and I kind of know the way the human psyche works. Dig this. If your kids see a person who all they do is they don't provide stability in any fashion, they will treat you like anybody else. I truly feel that, and whether it's right or wrong, I don't know what to tell you. But like I knew a person who her daughter I saw it coming. The way there was always a reason why she was getting kicked out of a house or couldn't make the rent, putting a man in front of her kids and this, that, and the third. And this is when her children were really young and stuff. And as the daughter got older, she would say things like, oh, my life is a mess because of you guys and this, that, and the third. And I was like, the minute that this girl gets older, she's going to disrespect the crap out of her mother. She is, because there's no stability and she's putting a bunch of rage upon the daughter. And that's what happened. They've gotten into fights and everything else. Like, she has no problem striking her mom. Like, that thought to me, even though my mom was strict, and there were times I feel like she took it a little too far as far as with her words, I never felt like, I never felt, though, that she was, hating me, or I never felt any insecurities around my mother as far as that goes. Like, I knew there would be food on the table. Like, I knew there was going to be lights on and things like that. So she proved herself to be a responsible adult. Not that she had to prove herself to me. You see what I'm saying? But it is how the human psyche works. If you are a person who's chaotic and all over the place, and then you're fighting your children as if you're their age, then they're going to talk to you any kind of way. It's just that simple.
it was not true.
We have to take a break. Coming up, Jenny says she's a terrible mother because of one person, her own mother. We'll add her to this conversation when we come back.
Well, I'm glad that's a part of the conversation. So we're about to go ahead and find out. So here I am thinking that mom was gone, and all the time mom was not gone. So let's see what's up.
Up until 2 years ago, Maddie and Ryan and their 3 younger siblings were being raised by Jenny's mother, Lisa. Now, Lisa says her grandchildren are basically raising themselves because Jenny acts more like a teenager than a mother.
Jennifer is stuck in a 16-year-old mentality with 5 kids to raise. When Jennifer was 17 and we found out that she was pregnant, she was also diagnosed with cancer. After the baby was born, I took care of her and the baby. Even though Jennifer kept having children, she didn't interact with the children. I got them up for school. I fed them breakfast. She stayed in her room, watched TV, and played Candy Crush.
I don't play with my kids. It's really, really difficult for me.
I was caring for the children, buying their shoes, their clothes, while Jennifer went out to parties and hung out with friends, went out with guys. It was much easier for me to take care of the grandchildren than try to make Jennifer be accountable. When I would ask Jennifer to help me with the children or a meal, it would end up in a blowout.
It takes everything in me not to scream and yell, but I end up screaming and yelling because it's just, oh my God, why are you guys still pushing my buttons?
Jennifer would go fly into a rage and cuss me out. She would threaten to take the children and leave, threaten to get in her car and run into a gas truck. We live on a high hill. She's threatened to speed down the hill and just go over the edge. I'm really scared that Jennifer might follow through on one of her threats. It really worries me that I'm not there to protect the children from their own mother.
When are you going to take responsibility for your own kids?
Are you serious?
You say I'm the blame for the way you turned out?
Okay, this is gonna get fun. Okay, so there's a family secret. Good old family secret.
Are you serious?
That
right
I've had
now?
to carry for 16 years, Dr. Phil. 16 years.
Okay, so I hate people who are performative. So we're gonna try to, like, what is this family secret? Like the performative, I can't stand it.
Drugs.
We were in a car accident in 1998, and we ended up going to a doctor. He prescribed narcotics, but you say that I kept you loaded. What the truth is, I never kept her loaded. What I say is, I was there raising the kids, and when she was loaded, it was easier because she would be in her room, and we didn't have to deal with all the crap. And so
So she's kind of right.
well, okay. I didn't feed her pills and get her loaded.
Did it ever occur to you to stop having children?
That was the other thing.
I mean, yeah, like, I mean, it's not even a clappable moment, but I want to see something real quick.
No, I mean,
I'll give you guys that one. I'll give you that one. But that was the other thing. Because see, when I was high, I was having sex all the time. So, and she wanted babies. My mom is a mother. To my children. She was never a mother to me. And so she actually got angry with me because I got my tubes tied after my 5th child. Because I was not gonna give her another kid to destroy.
I did not get angry with you.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
we have to take a break.
So what we have here is, and I mean, just to conclude, because this is go on and on forever and ever, is a woman who, I mean, that little girl, the 15-year-old daughter, somebody please come and break this cycle. I told you. Now, see, I didn't know mom was still alive. I told you that this was a child. They never said no to her. They didn't say no to her. You could tell they didn't by the way she was fed pills because they got in some car accident. So this is the family secret, is that they kept her drugged up. The mom was too afraid of her daughter to step in her face and tell her to sit down and shut the F up when she was like at least 11, 12. Where when she got older, she was able to, you know what I mean, dose her and keep her sedated. And this is how the house was able to run without any kind of issues, or, you know, like the house was able to run appropriately because she was basically too zonked out to get in everybody's way. I mean, there has to be parameters for a family like this. You have to put boundaries. I mean, it's a little too, with her, definitely is too late. It definitely is. But I mean, well, we can't even say it's too late, but there has to be some major therapy. I mean, but you're a whole adult with 5 children. You have to take care of them. It is what it is. But you also have a drug problem. So now you have to deal with all of that and get that out the way. And it's just extraordinary. I mean,